Okay, everybody, we're back. Welcome to Campfire Spookhouse. I'm Scary Terry. This is
Rock Horror.
Today we are reviewing episode 31, which is The Faculty.
30 or 31?
31.
31.
Episode 31 now, man. So The Faculty, directed by Robert Rodriguez, written by Kevin Williamson, which, here's the interesting thing. Kevin Williamson is most famous for writing Scream 1 and 2. As well as the movie Teaching Mrs. Tingle, if you remember that back in the day.
Yeah.
He actually directed that one, too.
Cool.
The movie starred Jordana Brewster as Delilah Prophet, Clea Duvall as Stokely Mitchell, Laura Harris as Mary Beth Hutchinson, Elijah Wood as Casey Connor, my boy Casey, Sean Hattasey as Stan Rosato, Josh Hartnett as Zeke Tyler, Salma Hayek as Nurse Harper, Famke Janssen as Miss Burke, Piper Laurie as Mrs. Olson, Christopher McDonald as Casey's dad, Bebe Neuwirth as Principal Drake, Robert Patrick as Coach Willis, Usher Raymond as Gabe, and Jon Stewart as Mr. Furlong. Release date, which I think is really cool and interesting, is December 25th, 1998. I think Christmas Day is awesome to release this movie.
Yeah.
It was shot at a budget of $15 million, and its box office return was $63.2 million. The description of the film is when Casey Connor, Harrington High School's newspaper photographer, witnesses the murder of a nurse and sees her alive again, he decides to investigate the bizarre happenings. So this is a really, really cool and interesting take on sci-fi horror. I think it's very unique. It's definitely creative. It's something that was different at the time because the 1990s. I mean, you have like the X-Files, which was pretty big in sci-fi horror, so to speak. But this movie really blew my mind, man. I watched it when I was maybe in high school when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I didn't really look at it then as much of a horror film. I saw it maybe more like action sci-fi, but no, it definitely has horror aspects to it. And I just think the performances are really great. And I love the idea of 6 students who are fighting to rebel against an alien invasion, their teachers being aliens.
Yeah. I think that this movie, yes, it was one of those things. So I remember kind of seeing it and hearing about it, but I didn't watch it in the 90s. I actually didn't watch this movie for the first time until I want to say like maybe 5 years ago.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Was the first time that I watched it because I was like, this is one of those movies that I always was going to watch but never did, and then I did.
Yeah.
And I loved the movie, and it's been a while since I watched it. Yeah. So I forgot, like I remember the resolution.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of the development and, just certain characters, even all of like the cast.
The cast is great. When I was a kid, I was a really big Elijah Wood fan, especially early 2000s. So I would watch his movies. Like anytime I would come across one of his films, I'd be like, I have to watch this because Elijah Wood is in it.
Yeah.
But I think like the biggest thing for me as to why I was always interested was because of the movie poster. I mean, I just thought the poster was just so badass and unique.
That is like a late 90s style.
It is, man.
Movie poster.
And I just think like, I was like, damn, this movie looks really, really cool. I wonder what it's about. So then I actually looked into it and I was like, I have to watch this movie now.
Yeah.
So once I got the opportunity to and I saw it, I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to watch it. I did. And I loved it. And I still to this day, I love the movie.
I think you mentioned the title. Well, like that's actually one of the reasons why it took me so long, because I thought to myself, what is the faculty about? I'd seen so many movies with similar leading actors, like the late 90s or like early movies pre Fast and Furious. Paul Walker was in these movies. There's one, was it something about like Skull and Bone?
No, The Skulls.
Yeah, there you go.
Paul Walker. Yeah,
exactly. There was just random movies like that I saw, and they just kind of blurred together.
Yeah, man.
So when the faculty came about, I was like,
yeah, I get really it was just the story and the poster in Elijah Wood that drew me into watching it. But then when I was watching the movie, I was like, I'm like, okay, Elijah Wood is cool as shit. He's great, and I love the fact that he's the one who saves the world essentially from this alien invasion at the end.
Yeah.
But god damn, was Zeke such a badass character in the movie? And I was really drawn to Josh Hartnett, and that was the first time that I ever actually, when I watched the movie, the first movie that I ever actually watched of Josh Hartnett, and I was like, oh damn, this guy's cool.
I can't remember when's the first time I saw Josh Hartnett, but he just at some point seemed like he was just always
because he was also he had a run where he was just knocking out these films. I mean, he had like Halloween H2O, and he had The Virgin Suicides and Pearl Harbor. He was in.
That's right.
With Ben Affleck. He was 40 Days and 40 Nights.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy, Black Hawk Down. He started into it. I'm like, damn, who the fuck is this guy? But great cast all around.
His character was great performance. As I mentioned, I think it seemed to me like he probably auditioned for multiple roles, but they gave him that role because he fit the description, but he also can act.
Yeah. I
think this is one of the things that I've continued to be impressed by with so many of these horror films. They really, I think in order to pull off horror and it not be just like a B movie, you need good actors.
You do. You also need, I mean, it's important that the teenagers in this film, that they're really captivating and that they're believable. But then also so is the teachers and the faculty themselves. And like, they all gave that just right amount of menace to their performances where you find them terrifying enough to believe that they have that ability to lure me in, that they can convert me, they can turn me into one of them. Yeah. And the fact that, you've got this faculty staff, these teachers who are trying to meet these kids' parents and then talk to them one-on-one to convert them, and then had the ear exam at the school too, where you're having closed doors, you're having them come in one at a time. Yeah. That's really smart, great way though to try to like convert them and turn them. It's just that 6 students, that small group, were just like, they're the ones that sort of think outside the box. Yeah. Which I think is why it really works. But even Coach Willis, man, Robert Patrick, fucking great. And great, and really, like, if you watch enough movies that he made in the 90s alone, it's like everything, same for him. Like, everything he was just knocking out the park. And this is one of those films where
90s, early 2000s. He played Johnny Cash's dad in the
Walk the Line. Yeah, true. I forgot about that one actually. Yeah. I mean, he's still a liquid Terminator to me, man. Like always, but just fucking badass guy.
Yeah, small roles. Yeah. He always kills it.
Yeah.
One of the crooked cops in Copland.
Love Copland so much, man. Great movie.
We are showing our other side of film, just pulling out reference after reference.
I know. This movie, a lot of great scenes in it. Especially love the scene when they're at Zeke's house and they're all being tested by snorting his drug. Yeah, sniffing it.
I love those sorts of scenes where there's a room full of people.
Yes.
And they need to be tested. I think every time people are in a room and they need to be tested, I think of what a genius. This is me going off topic again, but I think of 10 Angry Men or 12 Angry Men.
12 Angry Men, yeah.
Always. Because there's nothing better than when you put a group of people in a room to get to the bottom of things.
Absolutely.
And this was just one of those scenes. And then we mentioned how it's reminiscent of certain things. And then you mentioned that Ryan Coogler said that he was inspired by both the faculty
and From Dusk Till Dawn to
make Sinners. And as I'm watching this now, in retrospect, I could see the beats. Yes. I could see the beats. I could see the kind of the emotion. So once again, that's one thing that I thought Dusk Till Dawn lacked, is a lot of the emotional kind of aspects.
Yeah.
Which the faculty, I forgot like that there was this emotional, this pulling
Yeah.
of drawing people in that was involved in the faculty. I forgot.
Yeah.
And
Well,
of course, that was in Sinners as well.
true. But it's like, I mean, you have all of this going on around you at such a fast and quick rate where
Yeah.
everybody's sort of turning, and it's like here, yes, you have this group that are banding together, but can they trust each other though? How do they
Yeah.
really know? So you have to test them,
Yes.
and you have to find out if they are or not. Which, of course, in that scene, Jordana Brewster's character Delilah was actually already infected
Mhm.
and was one of them. But and it was even sad. What was it? The rat that Zeke had in the
Yeah.
cage too, where he sacrificed his buddy just to see, and then once he turned, just the breaking his neck was hard to watch.
Yeah.
But even the relationship between Zeke and the teacher,
Yeah. Famke.
Famke Janssen, that alone, man, was great too, because it just seemed like from the beginning she was really into him already,
Yeah.
like attracted to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like she's really trying to like get close to him, but she just finds his attitude, his demeanor just very repulsive.
Yeah.
Which makes sense why when she's converted or when she turned, she has that confidence that they all have, right? All those aliens, and then it was just great. And I really love Jon Stewart's character as well, the biology teacher there. Because that's where the discovery of this species really began.
Yeah.
And I think it's great that like he discovered that species, if you drop a little bit of water on it, and then he threw it in the fish tank.
Mhm.
I was like, it's a great setup. It's really nice.
Yeah.
But nothing in this movie was too much.
Yeah.
Everything was subtle that I appreciate, but everything also had progression.
Yeah.
It didn't happen right away. It took time.
This is one of these movies where, it didn't seem like there were any wasted scenes, any wasted moments. Every frame that you saw was for a reason, and it would relate to another reason.
Yes.
And I would imagine it's because of the directing.
Yeah.
As you know, the performances mixed with the directing, because there just wasn't any bad or slow or gaps.
No.
On this second watch,
Yeah,
I am really impressed. I remember saying to you, this is a really good film. This is a good film. It's the execution of the film is great.
It's not one of those movies that you watch too, and maybe you're like, you're close to the end, and you're asking yourself, okay, when is this going to end? Like, when does the end credits roll up? When is it over with? It really kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat, and you're rooting for all of these characters. And I really like too that of those 6, there were the select few that did get turned.
Yes.
Right? Because now it seems like, okay, it's really just down to Zeke and Casey.
Yeah.
How the fuck are they going to get through this? Like, how are they going to overcome it? I mean, I think that the way that Casey saved the world at the end was great, with the bleachers running behind them and then having them close. I'm like, that's fantastic, because who would have ever thought about that shit?
Yeah.
To just crush it.
The person who it's this perfect setup. It's great writing.
Yeah.
The person who is always getting shoved into lockers, always has to hide, always has to run. Of
Yes.
course, he'll know ways to escape.
That makes sense. And he's mentioned how many times that he runs when he's being chased. That's his big
every
thing.
time you think it's too late for him, he finds a way out. So
he was fast as fuck. He actually would have been good on that football team.
It's one of those things. I had a friend when I was younger. He his name Billy. He's Greek, tiny, small. He's a short guy. He would always win when we played dodgeball.
Yeah.
Same sort of thing. It's like growing up, you'd have to avoid and dodge and whatever.
Yeah.
And he was just fantastic at not getting caught and never being touched because of it.
So in a way, it's kind of like Casey really is the hardest one to take, because he's squirmish, right?
Exactly.
Like he just, he knows how to get out of shit.
And he is also not gullible. You're not going to just be able to walk over to him and be like, hey, look at me, look at me, I'm so sexy.
Yeah.
Why don't you just give me a kiss? Like,
right, yeah.
he's always going to be suspicious of all of those things.
I think I really like too. I want to mention that Stokely, her character, great for the knowledge that she has about sci-fi films to begin with, and body snatchers and alien invasion and everything. Because she reminded me of Jamie Kennedy in Scream, the one who was a big horror fan. He always had rules for surviving horror films. Yeah. So she, she got turned in the end, but then Jamie Kennedy also got killed in Scream 2. So they have the knowledge and they practice it, but they share it with everyone. And that her information is what Casey needed to push him to that next level, to think outside the box and to survive. And it was just great. Everything was just fantastic with the film. What about the quarterback, Sean Hattese's character, Stan?
Yeah. So this is one of the things, I think that his character was it was a great character. Yeah. With a good arc.
Yes.
I think what made that entire performance is just towards the end when he disappears and he shows up and he's supposed to prove himself.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to take it and then he stops and then he gives his little smile as he pours it out.
Yes.
I think that in the audition, that is the scene he had to do. And I think he probably knocked that out of the park, and that is the reason why he got the part. Because one of the things I'm really impressed by with this particular movie is the variation of performances that these people had to play, like just the people in general that the characters would have to play. Yeah. Because if you get taken over, that's a character you have to play.
Yeah.
But with someone like him, he had to play the quarterback. He had to play the conflicted guy.
Yes.
He had to play the reformed quarterback, and he had to play the guy who was taken over.
He also had to play the guy who was also slowly falling for Stokely as well. Romantically interested in her.
So it was just really an impressive. It was really impressive.
Yeah.
I was really impressed with his overall performance.
Yeah.
And like I said, on the second watches, I'm watching this not just for the first time, but watching this to kind of see it for what it is, maybe analyze some stuff. This is just a great film. It was executed well. The acting was fantastic. Great writing. Yeah.
Mary Beth's character threw me for a role first time I watched it, because at first I found myself for a little while thinking there's something seriously up with this chick. I don't trust her.
There's something about Mary.
There it is. But then I just seemed to just stop thinking about it. I forgot about it. And then it hit me in the end.
That's why I said it is great writing.
The misdirection.
Fantastic writing. And you said that same person wrote Scream, that once again, misdirection, fantastic writing.
Yeah.
Because that scene, because you see her, fly back and then afterwards with the giggling.
Yeah.
You just assume, because everybody else in the movie stops paying attention to her, so the audience stops paying attention to her as well.
Yeah, it's true. But there's also it's great because how much do they build around her, right? So it's there's so much more to think about and focus on, especially when it starts really kicking off and getting intense at the end. And then to just hit you with that shit and then you see that she's actually the carrier, she's the all-powerful one.
But it's one of those things where it's just, I remember the first time watching it, I called that it was her before, not when, but I did call just because it's how my brain works.
Yeah.
Because I was it's not the coach. Because the coach literally was yeah.
Exactly, at the very beginning on the field, yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. So I was okay.
She was also too freakishly nice. No one is that sweet and sincere and kind.
Not in that town, anyway.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I also loved the scene when it did go back to when she had to sniff the drug and then she blocked the inside of her nose, she plugged it.
Yes.
I'm damn, well, that explains why she didn't turn.
Yeah.
I love the special effects in the film too. I was really impressed with.
Yeah, I was going to say for 1998, but then if you watch some of these older things, they're really impressive. Some of them suck.
There's nothing bad to say about the film.
What's interesting is I would have never, when thinking about The Faculty, because I've seen it before, I would have never thought to myself, this is a top tier horror film. Like,
well, I had mentioned to you like the next episode's The Faculty, and you're like, oh, okay, like good, because I think like you like the movie, but it's almost like as you're watching it now, you're like, oh my god, I didn't realize I liked it this much.
Yeah. Like I said, on second watch, I realized, okay, this is one of these movies that I could watch again.
Yeah.
Like I could watch it again.
It sticks with you too.
Yes.
I think overall it's a great movie. All the performances are great, the story's great. The special effects are great, the music is good. If you're the soundtrack for the songs that played, like 90s music was really good. The Offspring it started with.
Yeah. It doesn't have certain types of like iconic like iconographies.
Yeah.
For example, like the Scream mask.
Yeah.
Like that is this on another level iconic. I actually believe that that's the reason why Scream is Scream and The Faculty is not.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of hard to put some weird, whatever the hell.
Well,
slimy slug slash
I
on a t-shirt.
I appreciate with this movie whenever it would show certain special effects, like their faces changed. Their faces changed in very different ways. It wasn't always the same, and I liked it because it takes on variations, and that makes sense because it just attaches to any host. Yeah. So there would be multiple variations, right? It would be different to whomever it's attached to. I feel like. Yeah. I just think it's a great movie, but I'm drawn like on the rating because I don't know if I give it a full 5, like some of the greats that we've already watched, or if I give it a 4.5. So, because I feel comfortable with a 4.5, but there's a part of me that says I should do 5, but then there's a part of me that's like that's maybe too much. I think 4.5.
For me, I got to split the difference between the two, just because I was surprised at how good of a movie this was.
Yeah,
and I was surprised at how good these performances were.
Yeah,
but I know I'm not giving it a 5. I don't believe this is like a classic horror film of all time. I don't believe that. But is it one of the best horror films that I've seen? Absolutely. So for me, and this is of course not precedented because you usually give yours for me, I'm going 4.75.
4.75, eh?
Not 5. But I think I think it could go above 4 or 5. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 4 or 5 because I can't give it a full 5. I'm gonna give it 4 or 5 because I'm comfortable with that, and I was even when deciding between the two. So I'm gonna give it 4.5. I think that like I said, there's so much about this film that I really do like, and even after having watched it like as many times as I have, it still just continues to just it's one of those like kind of feel good sci-fi horror films.
As I said, the reason that I gave it what I gave it is because on the second watch I liked it more.
Yeah,
that doesn't typically happen. No. I usually sometimes I start seeing like gaps.
Yeah,
that I didn't see the first time.
Yeah,
this time I started seeing more things that I missed that were good, or things that I may have downplayed in the beginning, the first watch.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. That's 4.75 for rock horror, and that's 4.5 for me. I think it's just good. It's just so good. If you haven't watched The Faculty, definitely watch The Faculty, and let us know what you think of the movie. Give us your feedback. Also, be there next episode we do. We're recording the review for another film in the same year, 1998, Disturbing Behavior, starring James Marsden, Katie Holmes, and Nick Stahl. Another sci-fi psychological horror film.
Good people. James, good actor, James Marsden, Katie Holmes.
If you're into those sci-fi films, definitely, and you like The Faculty, you're not going to want to miss Disturbing Behavior. So make sure you're there for that. In the meantime, we're signing off. I'm Scary Terry, this guy,
Rock Horror,
and we are Campfire Spookhouse, where we scare ourselves awake. And we will see you all next time. Take care.